Hello, everyone. As we go beyond 1,500, we have reached 1,511 Cheonshim Won special visit devotion, and I would like to welcome and congratulate and offer my appreciation to all of you. At the Training Center, centering on True Family Four Position Foundation, and with the leaders, we are offering devotion. Today, throughout the world, 20,200 places are connected with us. For about 45,000 brothers and sisters have gathered together to offer prayer and devotion in one heart. In Korean church, which is Cheonwon Church 167, Cheonseok Church 55, Changwon Church 40, Iksan Church 39. In this order, each church is attending. From Heavenly Japan, Nagano Church, 311 have gathered, and through online, 177 total. 488 have gathered to offer prayer and devotion in one heart. At Sendai Church 147, Suwa Church 123, Hukui Church 120, Masuyama Church 95. As members have gathered, we are offering prayer and devotion. And Heavenly Japan is offering prayer and devotion. In Germany, Comeback's training center, Youngsong Workshop trainee, 40 of them. Right now, they are attending 40-day Youngsong Workshop and attending the vigil together. Today at Osu Church, it is their 500th offering devotion now. Korashiki Church, it is their 400th. They're offering prayer and devotion. Congratulations. Today at the detention center, it's 162nd day that we will be offering prayer and devotion. Guri, Cheonseok, Gwarak, Namyangju, Gapyeong, Gangnam, Ansan Church, and other pastor association prayer team. They have gathered to offer prayer and devotion in front of the detention center. It is raining, but they are still offering unchanging devotion. Even this cold weather, why don't we offer big round of applause who are offering devotion at the detention center. Today, Chiba Training Center trainees have prepared Modern Butterfly in both Japanese and Korean. It was truly moving song, and we have witnessed the performance, and I am very grateful. And Heavenly Japan Cheonshim Won director, he has prepared the video last Friday, but for the victory of great work, Heavenly Japan has put a lot of effort. More than 85,000 members have registered, and because of Heavenly Japan, we are able to reach 144,000. And tomorrow, they say that they will be reaching 900th vigil, and with the victory of 900th vigil, it will be a condition for Heavenly Japan to soar high. And I'm certain that it will be a very important moment for Heavenly Japan to become true children of Heavenly Parent, true parents. Up until now, all the things that have occurred, the miraculous moments that that Heavenly Japan have made, if Heavenly Japan can offer prayer on that foundation, I'm certain Heavenly Japan will be victorious. However, today, Ohara Ko, our 19th Youngsong Workshop trainee, have shared very precious testimony. Although he had a problem in his company, but he resolved to come here, putting everything aside. After married to second generation, 5 years later, I thought he said 11 years later, he received blessing as a first gen, and he started to begin his life of faith, and he wanted to complete mission of Heavenly Travel Messiah. So he has resolved. He has resolved. However, his director, one of his directors, is sued by a former employer, and despite such difficulty, our brother was able to meet Heavenly Parents. Although he came to the workshop, he wasn't used to group life, or he didn't like the nature, and also so because of that he felt like he was living in an unfenced prison. However, he didn't run away because he understood this course as the separation of Satan period of separating the Satan, and with that heart he made a conviction that he will never give up, and he continued to workshop. And when he had only 21 days left, he was able to consult Director Kim Jo-an, and he was able to offer 120 hours of special devotion. And truly, for 120 days, so he offered 1,000 vows every day, 10,000 calling on name prayers for Holy Mother Ham, 4,003 times of calling on name prayer for True Father Hyojeon Hungjeon Temonim, and also for his family and as well as his workers, he offered 1,000 calling out name prayers. Those are the devotion that our brother has sent, and truly, he has offered almost sincerely to move heaven through his devotion. After offering 1,000 vows, if he thought that he had a conviction that if I can offer 100 more vows, then the heaven will accept him better. So he decided to offer 1,100 vow, and as he offered calling out prayer, he slept for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And on the fourth day, he said that it was even difficult for him to just stay awake. However, as he offered devotion, he forgot about all the worries that he had, and he only thought about offering devotion for 24 hours. And the desire to sleep, eat, everything, all his desires disappeared. He went into almost unconscious place, and he started to see things that he couldn't see before, and he heard things that he couldn't hear before. And at that moment, he met True Father, an amazing experience, and he just shared that through his testimony. So he received True Father's spiritual messages, I know you heard spiritual messages many times, and I hope that you don't doubt spiritual messages. If you enter a certain position, although you may not be able to receive spiritual messages every day, but you'll be able to experience spiritual messages. And our brother has received a very precious message. And I hope, I don't know if you are moved to listen to these stories. True Father said, to guide you here, do you know how much spiritual beings have mobilized in the midst Yeongseong workshop? You have already realized many things that I have been teaching you, but you pretended as if you haven't realized them. So it is same for everyone. In order to guide you, truly, this entire spirit world has been mobilized. And I hope all of you realize and believe in these words. To you, this Yeongseong 40-day workshop is general 40-day workshop. This 120 hours is the true Yeongseong workshop. And that's how True Father gave long messages. And upon hearing this, our brother was able to offer deep repentance. And he has faced a lot of difficulties, and we heard briefly about his difficulties. Even now, he is diagnosed with the disease that is incurable, But through devotion, I hope that through devotion he can receive work of healing, because he offered prayer repentance with all his heart. True Father came again. Once you and your family, your wife becomes one, the mission of Heavenly Child Messiah will absolutely be accomplished. The wisdom of your wife, and if you combine that with your practice, you have the power to restore the nation and the country and your people. So with true heart, you must attend your wife first. Spirit world is a war. If you let your guard down for a second, you'll be struck. Although your body and mind will be at the limit, but you should not let your mind guide your body. You must let your heart guide your body. And once your mind and body, your heart and body become one, that's where Heavenly Parent dwells. On the last day, when he was at his limit in all senses, he after finishing his bowing devotion, True Father came again as he offered prayer. If you walk for the will, all the things that are necessary has been prepared for you. So if he walks the path of the will, I'm certain all his courses will turn to be victorious. True Father said everything has already been prepared. On the day when he finished his devotion, miraculously, he received a mail where temporarily the problems that he's been facing has been resolved. And also, he also received a message that he and the court has been ruled that he can submit his file at the end of the March. Because of his devotion, all the problems has been temporarily resolved, and the way he finished it was very moving. Cheonshim Won prayer and Cheonshim Won devotion will absolutely be accomplished. That is what I experienced. No matter how difficult the circumstances, as long as if we move forward without any doubt, and once we reach certain enough amount of devotion, I am certain that heaven will move. And in humanistic way, even if there are things that are almost impossible, as long as you can cooperate with Spirit World, and as long as I have people whom offer devotion for me, I am certain that I can overcome. He shares such messages, and all the work, public mission officials and all the members in Heavenly Japan, as they listen to the brother's testimony, centering on his testimony, I hope that Heavenly Japan can start anew with absolute faith. And if they move forward with such absolute faith, I'm certain a miracle will occur in Heavenly Japan. Even if we have lived our life of faith for 50 years, and if you have, not many people have experienced spiritual experiences, and they say that, oh, I am intellectual, or I don't have the senses of spiritual world, but you have an experience because you couldn't offer almost devotion that could move heaven. With that heart, with that conviction, all of us must learn about almost sincerity to move heaven, and that is learned through Cheonshim Resonance Prayer Workshop. So when one receives Resonance Prayer Workshop, it's not about like, oh, I have listened to the lectures well, and if you don't offer devotion, then heaven will be sorrowful. I have taught you how to offer prayer through these 3 days, and you're not offering devotion. That's the heavenly heart, that heaven sorrow. So if you must offer prayer, if you don't offer prayer, as I said, heaven will feel sorrow. Of course, people who do not know how to offer prayer cannot offer prayer, right? But if you know how to offer prayer and you don't, then heaven will feel sorrow. So Cheonshim Won has great power. Last week, amongst the testimony shared. Let me share one. At Dongchangwon Church, Cheongpanjo Grand Church pastor have shared following testimony. To be honest, during this period, I received abundant grace, special grace. Last year, September, I suddenly have a hard time walking, and my knee had a problem, and behind my feet, I had a big pain that whenever I wake up in the morning, it's difficult to walk, and that is walking itself is hard for me. At first, I thought it was a disease that I know, but when I checked at the hospital,
의사의 진단에 다른 병원에 가서 다시 검사를 했습니다. 역시 피 검사를 하니 염증 수치는 높았고 엑스레이를 찍어보니 강직성 척추.
So I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis. I've been checking with different hospitals, and every doctor's diagnosis was this disease, and I was a little shocked, and my heart was aching to understand it. It was shocking for me. So since then, I started attending Cheonshim Won special devotion during 10-minute 찬양 역사 with earnest heart, with desperate heart. Whenever I clapped my hands, no matter my hand was piercing. I felt great pain in my hand, as if every part of my skin has piercing with the needle. But I just closed my eyes and clapped until the moment where I don't feel pain. And I was sweating, and my body was warmed up. And as I offered 찬양 like this for 80 days, and on January 8, 2026, as I checked up again, 2 hours later, as I saw the result, the doctor said the rate of the ankylosing spondylitis rate is 0, and everything turned back to normal. And he asked me, "What have you done?" He started asking me questions, and I was confused about this. But as soon as I came out from the hospital, I realized that if I clap with all my might, risking my life, having the heart of risking my life, my hand start not to feel anything, any pain, and that allowed me to heal my body. And I realized how precious 10 minutes of 찬양 역사 is. This is the testimony that I received. The ankylosing spondylitis. We know this disease by Cheonshim Won special missionary Lee Kwon-woo, and our brother from other church, as he attended a vigil for 80 days and desperately during China, he received miracle. So let us remember Heavenly Parent again. Let us remember the amazing grace of parents through all these testimonies, and with the heart of moving the heaven through absolute and utmost sincerity, we must offer prayer and devotion. So you must think about, how can I offer prayer and devotion with that standard? How can my family offer devotion with that standard? How can our church, my church, offer devotion with that standard? So I hope you think about it and you put yourself into action. And if you reach that moment, heaven will absolutely work. So during this night, I hope you reach that standard, so that we can release True Mother as soon as possible, so that our church will fully be liberated, so that we can freely move out to the world and share our true love to this world. I hope you offer such prayer and devotion. And for Heavenly Japan's dissolution rule be victorious, let us offer prayer. Aju. Thank you.